Hi, I'm Leslie Phillips. I'm an epidemiologist researcher and the owner of Data Driven. I had a role as the senior director of epidemiology for an organization that was very involved in pandemic mitigation. I also ran a research and insights team for that organization. And so it was sort of taking on two roles and wearing two hats. And what I discovered is I loved both those hats. So in September of 2021, I had a great opportunity to do a lot of moonlighting because of the pandemic, because of being an epidemiologist. And so I had always had this idea that, wow, it would be really interesting and exciting to be an entrepreneur, to do things on my own, and to do a great diversity of research that can help clients work with data in ways they might not otherwise intuitively discover. And so I thought, well, if I put out my shingle as an epidemiologist in a pandemic, I'll have my answer. And so here I am 2 years later, and I have an answer, but I also needed a little bit of a push because thankfully, most of my COVID clients have disappeared. And it is that heterogeneity of other work that I wanted to focus on and with which I spoke to Melissa about. It's the things that I felt like required acumen and experience that made me feel at times like I'd hit roadblocks. And that's why I sought out Melissa. The things like, I don't know how to reach out to someone and ask for that conversation. And I think to many people, that might feel like such a simple thing, but to me, it wasn't a simple thing at all. And actually, even when I spoke to Melissa, it was much more granular, the level that we discussed that. You should really ask these high level questions and then sort of fed me into a funnel that helped me realize, who should I be reaching out to? What is the way to get that message across in a crisp way? And most importantly, which was the most difficult and challenging thing for me, which was how to make the ask. I've always felt like as I told Melissa starting off, even as a kid, I couldn't sell Girl Scout cookies. And I mean, my goodness, those things sell themselves. So how was I going to do this thing that actually really was focused on talking to people and making sure that they're aware of something that could be an opportunity for them? And I think that's where Melissa was really insightful and helping me form that mindset of, you're not being swarmy or salesy, you're being genuine and you're going to someone and showing them that you have this value to add. And in many ways, that's a gift and an opportunity for them. We work together from spring until summer. And currently, I am going ahead and implementing and operationalizing on all the things that she has set up for me. And she's so great at setting up these things. One of the things I really loved is all the tools she uses. So she has Voxer where she will, send you a voice message in real time or answer your question, or I can upload a screenshot. Trello, I think many people are familiar with Trello, but just that really great organizational board. And here it is, it's in homework and now we're done and it's an asset and move it over. And she also worked with video. So Loom videos is what she used. And she did things that I think to her were fairly small tasks, but to me were monumental. An example of that was taking a look at my website. So she said, we're going to do just a brief review of your website. And she got on and went through the pages. And, it was a 9-minute Loom. And it felt like it allowed me to completely rebrand my website in ways that offer people who go to that website the message of what I do, rather than, this is an interesting picture, but I'm not connecting the dots here. One of the beautiful things about working with Melissa is she's not at all shy or afraid to be useful, truthful, and she's kind about it. And that combination really works. I think we all want constructive feedback, but we want constructive feedback only in a way that we can hear, but in a way that we can act. I would say one of the biggest gains from working with Melissa is that I feel unapologetic about my pricing and my pricing models. I think before I was thinking about, should I do something with a loss leader, get on a gig site, maybe have a low price, show that client what I can do. And I realized I don't need to do that. That's not an efficient or viable way to move forward. And there are ways to express my value to have that I talked with Melissa about to create pricing models that have to do with the verticals that I'm working with that make sense, that add value to clients, and really thinking about not just one pricing model. I'm not just a commodity. I'm Leslie or Dr. Phillips who comes with a price per hour, but I'm Leslie or Dr. Phillips or data driven who comes with a value package that I can offer you. And there are a variety of ways that I can offer that. Stop getting in your own way and find someone who can help you unblock the road here.